Ladies and gentlemen, Diane Wilson.
All right. All right. I'm back. I'm like a bad corn. I just keep coming back. Are y'all enjoying yourselves? Yeah. Very good. All right. Tonight, no, I'm going to back up. This is our 4th year doing what we hope continues to be an annual here in Franklin, Dinner Under the Lampposts. So far, we've done 2 on the street. I'm coming, honey. No, we're doing 2 on the street. We've done 2 on the street, and 2 inside. But you know I love theater. And in theater, we say the show must go on, right? Yeah. So we couldn't do it under the lamppost, but we're doing it what? In the lamppost, huh? Yeah. Part of the evening, though, is to honor business people who have done a lot. And it sounds silly when we say standing on the shoulders of giants, but the people that we have honored here in Franklin thus far are the giants whose shoulders we stood on. Our first year that we did it, Al Coleman with the Forest Restaurant, which is the best restaurant in the area, right? We honored Al. The second year, we did Henry Friedman, Myers Shoe Store, and I think anybody who's from Franklin wore shoes from Myers Shoe Store. This year, we're honoring 2 journalists that have spent their years and their careers doing other things, but in journalism. Our first one that we want to mention tonight is Roger Emil Stouff. Roger has been an author and journalist for more than 40 years and penned the Louisiana Press Association award-winning column From the Other Side in the Franklin Banner Tribune. He's a proud member of both the local Chitimacha tribe and of the greater Franklin community. Roger has always maintained that a great community produces great people and ultimately great stories. He has been instrumental in writing a great many stories highlighting the times, politics, triumphs, and challenges of the people of our areas for decades. He has been featured on television shows. One was Fly Fishing America in 2006, and was writer, narrator, and star of the documentary Native Waters, A Chitimacha Recollection, on Louisiana Public Broadcasting, based on his memoirs, Native Waters and the Great Sadness. This production now streams on public broadcasting stations nationwide and was nominated for an Emmy and was a recipient of a Bronze Telly Award. Roger is also the author of the fiction novels A Divide Beyond Reason and its sequel, A River Named Vengeance, that both questions the strength and boundaries of friendship and loyalty. A spin-off from those books, Dead Witch in the River, is a mystery featuring many of the original characters and has become a series with 3 more installments. He's also explored Native American themes with his fiction book, Finding Lazarus. In total, Roger has written over 15 books and co-written 5 books with his friend, Pastor Kenneth Brown. Along with his wife, Susan, he has co-written 2 stage plays, which we did right here at the Tesh Theater, and they were produced by the Tesh Theater here in Franklin. Roger is the son of the late Nicholas Leonard Stouff Jr., the last chief of the Chitimacha tribe of Louisiana, and the grandson of Emil Pabez Stouff, who both published works during their lifetimes, commemorating the Chitimacha tribe, which are now featured at the Smithsonian National Museum of the American Indians in Washington, D.C., and at many Louisiana state universities. Roger has always considered it the honor of his life to continue their proud storytelling traditions and to document his wonderfully interesting and vibrant Chittimacha community. Ladies and gentlemen, our first recipient, Mr. Roger Emil Stouff.
Roger Stouff, favorite Disney, 8540,
April 5th.
56, 29 under the...
Dinner under the Lampposts. Franklin Merchants Incorporated.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you so much, Roger. And he's here with his wife tonight, Sue Davis. Oh, yes, she heard you. And she's coming to get you, I think, too. Yeah, here she comes. She's coming to get her man. Stand by her man. Yeah, you're right. Thank you so much, Roger. All righty. And Sue. Thank you, Sue, for this.
Thank you. Wonderful.
All right. Roger. Excuse me. Our next honoree was my former high school speech teacher. Had a huge impact on my life. If he were here tonight, he would say, Diane, remember the 3 lessons of a good speech. Stand up, speak up, and then shut up. So he would not want me to talk very long, but I got a lot to say about this man. Calvin Roger Robinson was born February 10, 1936, in their family home, which was located on a small farm in Vernon, Louisiana. And that's in North Louisiana. They had no neighbors, no stores, nothing. It was just their house. At the tender age of 9, he became sick. And when he did, his parents brought him to a small hospital in nearby Shreveport, Louisiana, for medical care. But when he was diagnosed that he had contracted polio, his parents were advised that he needed to be brought to Charity Hospital in New Orleans. The hospital, which was run by the Catholic nuns, were not necessarily welcoming to non-Catholic patients. His family was Baptist. They were met at the front door by the nuns, who told his parents that they would have to leave him. Don't try to call or come visit or notify him. They would contact them when they were ready. You can only imagine how terrified a 9-year-old boy who couldn't walk felt when he was left in a strange place, a hospital nonetheless, with women in long black robes and headdresses with a white band in front. He felt like he was in another country. He couldn't talk to his parents. There were no cell phones. There were no telephones. And he couldn't talk to his siblings. It would be almost a year before he would reconnect with his family again. His mom and dad could never understand how Roger had contracted polio when they and their 2 daughters and their 1 son were fine. After just about a year, when he was ready for release, the hospital contacted his mother and father and told them they could come and bring him home, but before they would release the young boy to his parents, he would have to show them that he could walk with braces to go and meet them. When he attempted, he fell flat on his face. Humiliated, scared, ashamed, and angry, he raised himself up and finally walked to them. The hospital then released him to go back to home. By then, the family had moved to a little town in North Louisiana called Chatham, located between Monroe and Ruston. Still in elementary school, he depended mainly on his older brother Thomas, to literally carry him to school and then help him on the playground as he tried to navigate his way with braces on his legs and wooden crutches made by his father. He did quite well in school. His mother would tell him that polio may have paralyzed your legs, but your brain is still good. Use it. Realizing that they had to make him independent as he could be, he had to still do as many chores as he could by himself. In fact, he even had to iron his clothes to go to school in the morning. Upon graduating from Chatham High School, he applied and was accepted to Northeast College in Monroe. After 4 years, he graduated with his undergrad degree in education. His first job was right here in Franklin, Louisiana in 1957. He was assigned to Crowell School, which of course is now City Hall. Get this, his classroom was on the 3rd floor. Every day he climbed 3 flights of stairs at least 6 times a day, as he was required as a teacher to meet his class in the morning and walk them to the classroom. He had to then walk them down to recess and then walk them back up to the classroom. He had to walk them down to lunch and then back up again after lunch. And he had to walk them down at the end of the day. He lived across the street in the house now owned by Holly Dixon and her husband, the Yellow House. And wouldn't you know, the room that he rented was on the 2nd floor. When Franklin High was built, he transferred there to teach history and speech, 2 of his favorite subjects. While his classroom was on the ground level, he was still challenged to climb, as he had to climb to get to the press box because he was the football game announcer. It didn't matter to him because while he couldn't play sports, he always did love sports. Another love of his life was performing arts. He introduced many students to the performing arts. He organized Franklin High's first thespian society. Under his direction and advisement, Franklin Senior High School's auditorium was built. He not only put on plays at schools, but he brought the students to see shows in Baton Rouge and New Orleans. That love of theater propelled him to be on the ground floor to form Franklin Little Theater, which later morphed into what we now today know as the Tesh Theater for the Performing Arts. Locals as well as visitors were entertained by many Broadway musicals that were directed by he and the late Arlen Pelche. He was always proud to say, local talent performing Broadway shows. Additionally, Roger worked at KFRA 105.5 FM radio station. I'm sure many of you remember, because I do, his voice on your radio in the morning and throughout, well, not during the day because he was at school, but in the morning and in the evening. On Saturdays, he worked as a DJ, believe it or not, for the station playing records. As a radio announcer, he also covered 4-H fairs, parades, political meetings, election results, and hurricanes. When Hurricane Andrew knocked KFRA off the air, one of his former students came to him with the idea of broadcasting a local television show. That student was Chuck Rogers, my classmate. They enlisted Diane Wilkes, another former student of his, and classmate to the late Chuck Rogers, and together the 3 of them launched and brought to Franklin Teshko, which just celebrated 30 years this past February. Roger wants to thank all of the hardworking people for what you do and have done, and those that came before you for giving him this great, good life. He said Franklin has given him a life that he never thought he would have. He says he appreciates it and the recognition and honor that he's getting tonight he says, I love all of you dearly. He says, congratulations to my great buddy, former student, friend, and colleague, Roger Stouff. Well deserved, Roger, he says. We spent many hours together covering news, attending meetings, and sharing good times. Congratulations, young man. Roger, my good friend. Congratulations and many thanks to all of you for all your good words. You are the best. Thanks again. I treasure this moment. I'm really very sorry that I can't attend to be here tonight. Mr. Robinson fell and broke his hip a couple of weeks ago. And he can't be here. He's in the hospital, still recovering from that. But his wife of 62 years. Stand up, Ms. Robinson. Stand up, Mrs. Robinson. His wife is accepting his plaque in his absence tonight. Mrs. Robinson herself is a legend. She's always walking around with the camera. And she is suffering with her foot, and I would leave us and Ms. Robinson go home. No, I gotta cover this. But both of them have given their lives, their time, their talent to this community. And I don't know anybody else, really and truly, that has done what these people have done for Franklin. So to Roger Stouff and Roger Robinson, congratulations and thank you for being this year's honorary.